You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS Soap fans. We want to address a question that we keep seeing from viewers of Bold and the Beautiful, and that is, what happened to Quinn? That is a common question that is still coming up, even though as of this August, Quinn will have been gone a year, but everybody's still scratching their heads over exactly what happened. Now, before we dig into this, if you haven't already subscribed, click that subscribe button below, and now dig in and let's talk about it. You no doubt know that Quinn Fuller was played by Rena Sofer, who is an amazing talent. She was on the beloved TV series Heroes, and she also had a lengthy run on General Hospital back in the day as Lois Cirillo, mother of Brooklyn Quartermain, and she's still mentioned now and then, but she hasn't been back to GH. Then she came over to Bold and the Beautiful in 2013, cast as Quinn Fuller, a new character. She was a brunette vixen who you probably recall was a jewelry designer at Forrester Creations. Quinn had one son on the show, and that's Wyatt Spencer, the product of a fling decades ago between her and Bill Spencer. Quinn is the one who designed Bill's infamous sword necklace, but she kept his son Wyatt from him, and they only got to know each other as adults, and she still tried to roadblock that, but it happened anyway. In fact, Quinn has only had one romantic moment with Bill, really, since she has been on the show. They have this off-screen history. They had one night of passion, and that was at the time that Bill had Ridge thrown out of a helicopter to keep him away from Brooke. It was messy, messy. So what happened to Quinn? Lots of things. In addition to Quinn's involvement with Bill, she was involved with Deacon Sharp, and she even married him at one point. They didn't work out as a couple, and then they still kept in touch, but then they parted ways as pals when she shoved him off a cliff. He survived, and you might remember that he turned up really angry and covered in seaweed, and that was back when Quinn had sort of lost it, and she was keeping Liam Spencer hidden in her seaside cabin. She had told him that their names were Adam and Eve, and this was while Liam had amnesia from a brain injury, and Quinn fell in love with her baby daddy's other son, which is doubly creepy because that's her son Wyatt's half-brother. So she just came out looking like a really twisted puppy. And she was down on her luck after she was universally despised because of her fling with Liam behind everybody's back. She had lost her job at Forrester, and everybody was furious. She had done all that to keep Liam out of the way so that Wyatt could be with Steffi, but inevitably, like so many things with poor Quinn Fuller, it blew up in her face in the end. She wound up at a ratty motel, jobless and pretty broke, and it's a lot like the one that Deacon's in now, as a matter of fact. Maybe it's the same set. And then all of a sudden, we saw Eric Forrester in her bed. Yes, just out of the blue. They skipped all the groundwork, but referred to it. And then we just saw Eric in bed with her. And they were having this torrid secret affair. It turned into full-blown love and eventually marriage. But then the next thing to happen to Quinn Fuller was that she had a flirtmance with his son, Ridge Forrester. They never had sex, but they did have shared kisses, and there was a whole lot there. This is very typical behavior for Ridge, who can't keep it in his pants and bounces between women. Quinn definitely fell in love with that bad boy vibe, but she made it back up to Eric, and it all came out in the wash. To be fair, on Bold and the Beautiful, this is pretty standard to be involved with both a father and a son. I mean, Brooke Logan's had kids by both Eric and Ridge, but Quinn never had a sexual affair with Ridge, although many fans were cheering for it. Instead, she begged Eric's forgiveness, and they stayed together. The real answer, though, to what happened to Quinn on Bold and the Beautiful is that her marriage just fell apart. The beginning of the end was when she and her Vegas bestie, Shauna Fulton, played by Denise Richards, conspired to steal Ridge away from Brooke. Of course, Quinn was really mad because Brooke had always made such a big deal out of any little thing that Quinn did, and the two just hated each other. When Eric found out that Quinn had interfered in Brooke's marriage, he was very angry, and he tossed her out of the mansion, but then he eventually let her come back. However, he was denying her intimacy. He wouldn't sleep with her, and because of that, she talked to Carter Walton about her frustrations, and things heated up with them, and she eventually wound up in bed with Carter. But of course, that was a disaster waiting to happen. The whole thing was blown wide open, and Brooke exposed her affair to Eric. As it turned out, the reason Eric hadn't been warming her bed was that he was having ED issues. He was not able to perform. Surprising everybody, though, he tore up the divorce papers that he had served on Quinn, and he even encouraged her to keep sleeping with Carter to fulfill that part of her life that he couldn't. Then she decided she didn't want to keep doing that to him, and she really wanted to get their marriage back on track, but he still just could not perform in the bedroom. And it didn't help that he was lying to her with the excuse of playing pickleball. But what he was really doing was he was playing hide the pickle with his ex, Donna Logan. Of course, Quinn was crushed when this found out, and it turned out that the ED just wasn't happening with Donna, so it wasn't a problem. And this was all spinning up, leading up to the exit of Rena Sofer from the soap opera. She left in August 2022, and it was abrupt, leaving fans asking what happened to Quinn, because she was there, and then she had this very benign scene, and then poof, she was gone. So on her last episode, she had a dinner date with Carter. Everything was going well, and then that was it. There was no goodbye, there was no closure, there was no exit storyline, and a pile of Bold and the Beautiful fans were infuriated. They raged that Rena Sofer was left to exit while the CBS soap decided to focus on the, quote, trash Sheila storyline, and many said the CBS soap should be ashamed of themselves for exiting her like that after 9 years on the show. Because of the abrupt end to Quinn Fuller's run on Bold and the Beautiful, many fans wondered if there was a recast coming, but there is absolutely no sign of that. Her final episode was Friday, August 5th, 2022. We'll talk about that more in just a second. If you haven't clicked subscribe already, please do that now. Okay, back to what happened to Quinn. So Rena Sofer confirmed that August 5th, which was a Friday, was her last day on Bold and the Beautiful. She said that was the end of her 9-year run, and she decided to focus on her family and her pottery business. So if you're wondering what happened to Quinn Fuller that sent her off of Bold and the Beautiful, in the end, the answer it was absolutely nothing. They just had her there one day and then gone the next, and they haven't really name dropped her since. It was a really frustrating end to a very dynamic character, one of those bad girls you couldn't help but root for. But Rena Sofer is gone. There's no recast that we've heard of, and that's just the end of Quinn Fuller. She went out not with a bang, not with a whimper, but with nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if you're wondering what happened to Quinn on Bold and the Beautiful, the frustrating answer is absolutely nothing.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.